guys, welcome back to my channel. It is day 2 of our 13 days of spooky Halloween makeup tutorials. Today we are doing a Spider Queen. I don't have a crown. If I did, I would totally be wearing it. Thought I had one. It's gone. Anyway, I hope that you do enjoy these videos. If there's a certain look that you're looking for Halloween, leave me a comment down below. If I have not got to it yet, maybe I can get to yours for maybe a special day 14. We'll see. This is a lot. I am so happy that you guys are here and enjoying this. Please, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Consider giving this video a big thumbs up. Share it if you want to. That always helps me out, and I love it when you do it. And if you hit the bell, you'll get notifications anytime I post new videos. Alright guys, let's jump right into day 2's tutorial. So the first thing we want to do is block out our brows. Now I am lucky enough where I shave half my brow off, so I don't have a lot to block out, but we're going to do that together. So I am going to use good old school glue. The purple one's the best one. You want to brush that into our hairs and just kind of brush it straight up. Try not to go overboard crazy with it getting on the rest of your skin, because that will mess up the foundation. So just concentrate on keeping it right there in the hairs. You can wiggle it to get it between them, but make sure that last step is just pulling them straight up. The most boring part about blocking our eyebrows is being patient and making them dry. You can get a blow dryer and put that setting on low and kind of help speed up the process. We really want to keep from doing anything else until those dry. What I am going to do is just grab a spoolie and kind of brush them up to help get them flat on my skin. Because the whole point of blocking out your brows is making it seem like you don't have any. And if you have a color corrector, you can use it. If you don't, if you have like an orange lipstick, you can use that. We're just going to add a little bit of color corrector and concealer on top of these brows. The more time you take with it, the more perfect they will be. I'm just trying to get through it. I've never been great at blocking my brows. I'm okay-ish. And we're just going to take some of our translucent powder. We're just going to press that in. Again, I am not the best person at this. Please watch a tutorial with a drag queen doing it, because they are the professionals of the brow blocking. And then we just want to add a little bit of foundation just to kind of even out our skin. So the next step is we want to take a pencil and just kind of sketch out where we want these spider eyes. So I want to have 2 right above where my eyebrow would have started, like right next to that. And you can try to make it symmetrical however you want. I'm going to put 2 bigger ones on my forehead. We also want to sketch out our fangs. So just think of that kind of like a thought bubble coming out of your mouth. I think we're going to go at 2, so you want it to kind of look like that. I just want to start drawing some lines. This is kind of going to be where a little bit of a spider web is going to come into play as well. I'm going to take a small e.l.f. crease brush and pick out a brown. I think I'm going to go in this highlighter, contour, and blush kit from LA Colors. I'm gonna go in with the medium brown tone, and right under those lines I created, I'm just gonna start blending some of that brown, and we'll continue to shade, so don't worry about it not being even or looking clean. We're gonna keep going back into that. You're gonna wanna put it on the bottom of the line. So on this side, it'll be here, and on the other side, it's gonna be on this side. Now I'm gonna dive into my Miron water activated paint palette. You can find these on Amazon for around $100. They're well worth the money if you're ever thinking about investing in it. And you just add a little water to your paintbrush and you're good to go. If you don't want to get that and you want to buy like Snazaroo paint at Michael's, which is a little more cost efficient, you can definitely use that as well. I'm just going to go in with some black and paint all of my eyes black. Now I don't wear contacts. I don't like trying to put them in or the feel of them, but I would definitely edit my photos with black eyes on my real eyes for this look, but you could definitely add a contact, one of those like blackout ones. So my daughter said I needed 2 more eyes, so we added them right against the nose, lining up with the corner of my eye, and then we've gone ahead and painted our fangs black as well. With our e.l.f. crease brush, we're going to take the next darker shade in this concealer contour palette and just darken those lines up a little more, and then just continue to drag that down a little bit each time. So you just get a nice shadow from it. Using a thin paintbrush, and if you go on Amazon and search detail paintbrushes, those are the best ones to get. You want to take some of your white body paint. You just want to go around each eye just to give it a little bit of like almost like a concealer to help lift it, and so it doesn't make it look so flat against your skin. Now if you get a little bit much like I did right there, you can just kind of tap it out with your finger and it'll help lighten it a bit. And then with a bigger brush, this one's just a nice flat brush, I'm going to pick up some more of that white body paint and I'm going to put that on the top of the lines, again just to kind of help make them look raised and not so flat. I want a lot of light in that center, so I'm just going to put it in the center there and then just spread it out with my finger so it doesn't look so bright. You could use concealer right there if you wanted to. And then with another paintbrush, I'm actually going to pick up some of the lighter brown contour shadow, and I'm just going to go around the eye again, just underneath the white that we placed. Actually, I think I'm going to go a little darker. That just doesn't seem dark enough. I'm going to use this angled fluffy e.l.f. brush instead. See if that does the trick. Then if you have to, go back in with your white just to make sure the white that we put around there is nice and sharp. I am going to take a nice fluffy Morphe M507 brush and just go around it so that that brown that we just placed isn't so harsh in some areas. So with a flat-headed paintbrush that is pretty thin, I'm going to use that to pick up the dark shade of concealer, and I'm going to go from one dark line to the other and just drag it straight across so that we have these thinning lines that kind of look like the lines of a spider web. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to drag that straight across. Depending on how you do your hair or if you're wearing a wig, Some of this may get covered up a little bit the further back towards your hairline, so don't be precise with it, just kind of get them on there. And for the areas that look like a little dark, you can go in with something a little lighter, like the concealer that's in here, and then just kind of go right under those lines you made, and that'll help brighten that area up. I'm going to work on the eyes a little bit because we're going to go into a black shade, so we might as well do the eyes as well. I'm going to put a little bit of the e.l.f. Putty Primer on my eye, and I do have this one in black because I am going to use a little bit of black today. I just want that shadow to really have something to stick to and make sure I get a nice smoky eye, and that's why I'm using a black primer on my lid. I'm only going to go about halfway with that primer because I do want to add a little shimmer in the inner corner part. And then with just a nice fluffy brush, we're going to pick up a black shadow. I happen to be using the Carnival XL Pro Palette by Be Perfect Cosmetics. And we're just going to smoke out that eye. I'm going to take this silver e.l.f. glitter gel, and we're just going to apply that to the inner half of the eye. Just kind of make it a cut crease, real simple. If you want to do a different look with your eye, by all means go ahead. I'm just trying to give her that fierce spider creepy look, but she is the queen, so we want to make her also look a little royal. I also want to take some of that black and just kind of go from where our eyebrow would have been and contour some of our nose, again just to give that creepy shape. I think we're going to add a few more lines going down the side of our face and add some more spider web just to have that come in full of round. So just do as we did before, add some shadowing and add your lines. So I've gone ahead and added a little bit of the white face paint in between the spider web too, just to help make it pop more. It was getting really like dark in that area, so I just wanted to add that highlight to really make it show. And then I do want to use just a little bit of that black eyeshadow just in some areas that I just don't feel like the shading is just enough. I'm going to go right under that brown shading that we used, the darkest contour color, and just kind of help make that shadow just really pop so that it looks like the eyes are not sitting so flat on the skin. And I think I'm gonna take the finest painting detail brush I have and just pick up a little bit of black. And I mean, this brush is like super fine. And I'm just gonna try to hit right under those white lines I made with it. So you wanna look, you know, hollow and dead and like a spider and just mean and gross. So we're gonna just drag some of this black shadow down and then just go back in with the brush you were using, that fluffy brush, and just kind of blend that in. Just make her look like she's been crying for years. I need to go back to working on the teeth. We have to finish them off so it looks like now that they're not so flat on the skin now that we've kind of created this on top. So what I'm gonna do is lightly, very, very lightly take my pencil and I'm just gonna draw from the back of my jawline here by my ear towards the back of the fang. We're just gonna come like a little bit of a U and then bring that up towards the ear. And then around this side, we're gonna come around and make a shape kind of like that. Almost like it's a hook. And then similar on the bottom. Repeat that on the other side. And then on an e.l.f. eye blending brush, I'm gonna take our concealer and contour palette again. And we're gonna start contouring out those, I don't know, fangs. We'll start with the medium shade, and you're just gonna buff right on that line we drew. So I've brought the concealer about halfway up, and then I'm gonna go in with a smaller brush and pick up a darker brown contour color there. I said concealer, but I meant contour. And I'm gonna go about halfway up from the first color we used so that it just kind of fades into my skin color. So it'll be the darkest, the medium, and then my skin. I'm gonna go back into white, and we're gonna highlight the tooth so that it's showing more. So we're gonna go right under the tooth. And if you feel that's too bright for you, you can go ahead and tap with your finger to kind of smudge it out. And you can do that to all four. And you wanna go just above the fang here. And we're gonna go back into the black eyeshadow, pick some of that up, and just kind of give a shadow to the fang. Add a little bit of that under the fang arm or whatever we call that. I'm not a bug person, so I don't know. You can correct me in the comments. And now we're gonna go back into the white. I know, I'm all over the place. We're gonna finish off these eyes. We wanna add a large white dot at the top, kind of on the opposite side of it, a smaller white dot, and then just kind of make a line. Again, if you think it's too bright, you can just kind of tap it out with your finger a little bit, but this is just to give it that glassy eye look. Then we're gonna go into the white and just highlight the fang. So I wanted to define these claws that hold the fangs a little more. So with this tiniest detail brush, I added a little bit of black right above the shadowing we did just at the top here, and just a smidge at the bottom because we saw that dark brown line, and I just liked how that gave it a little more depth. You know, we always talk about that depth. I don't have black lipstick, so I'm just adding a little bit of shadow to my lip, and I did add a little black shadow just going down the center of my face, and I'm just kind of smudging that out. I think in the middle of the lip, I'm just gonna add, I don't know if this white will look good. Mostly for pictures, so I'm not worried about it. And then I'm just gonna add a bit of this shimmer shade. I'm gonna add a wig and some lashes, and I think we will finish her up. Give me 2 minutes. Okay, so I added lashes, and I thought, you know what, she's the queen spider. So I went ahead and added little Swarovski crystals to her eyes just to make it pop a little more. So what do we think? If you had a crown, it would be really cute to wear that. I went with the dark wig because, you know, lots of different ways you can finish this off and style it to fit how you want to wear this spider queen. I do hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. If you end up using it and doing a spider queen yourself, tag me on Instagram or Twitter. My handle is the same at both. It's right here on the screen for you or down in the description box.